This tragic story unfolded in the United States on August 17, 2019. A young girl named Zaria Burgess, who was just 15 years old, lived in Union County, North Carolina. She was born to her parents, Aisha Pope and Joshua Burgess, on December 3, 2023. Aisha and Joshua were teenagers, around 16 and 17, when they had Zaria. Their relationship didn't last long after her birth, and they split up. Aisha got sole custody of Zaria because Joshua had a criminal record, but Zaria would visit Joshua on weekends. From the outside, Joshua appeared to be a doting father. His social media posts painted a picture of love and adoration for Zaria. He proudly called her a miniature version of himself, and in one heartfelt message, he declared, "I love this angel more than anything." Zaria was a bright and bubbly student at Monroe High School, where she excelled academically and participated in the marching band. Her friends admired her infectious laughter and team spirit. With a promising future ahead, she was on the cusp of entering her sophomore year. Joshua, a trucker, changed jobs to be closer to Zaria. But behind the facade of happy family photos, a sinister truth lurked. On that fateful August day, Zaria prepared to spend the weekend with her father. Joshua picked her up in his truck, and they drove to his house. What transpired next remains shrouded in mystery. The following morning, Joshua walked into the Union County Sheriff's office, his face devoid of emotion. He approached an officer and confessed to a heinous crime. His name, he claimed, wouldn't be in the system because the act had just occurred. "I've just killed someone," he uttered, chilling the room. Other officers swarmed, and Joshua was taken for questioning. A haunting photograph captured the moment a man who had murdered his own flesh and blood. Officers rushed to Joshua's home, where they discovered Zaria's lifeless body. Bound and naked, she lay just behind the front door, her throat brutally slashed. The horror intensified as they realized she had endured unimaginable suffering for over 22 hours. Joshua had subjected her to psychological and physical torture, attempting to suffocate and strangle her. Evil had visited this family, leaving a scar that would never heal. Union County Sheriff Tony Underwood summed it up succinctly. "Murder is murder, but to kill your own child like this, there's no other way to explain it than evil." And so, the tragic tale of Zaria Burgess serves as a stark reminder of the darkness that can reside within the human heart, even within the bonds of family. The horrifying details of this case are beyond comprehension. Every officer and detective involved in the investigation felt the weight of what happened to Zaria. There's no rational explanation for why a father would commit such an unspeakable act against his own daughter. As people learned about this case, they grappled with the question, why? Why would Joshua, Zaria's own father, perpetrate such violence? Online sleuths scoured his social media profiles, and one post stood out: a disturbing photograph on his Facebook page. In it, Joshua proudly displayed several large knives, accompanied by the caption, "I really like cutting people. Oops, I meant things. I like cutting things." Some saw this as an eerie foreshadowing of the horrors to come. These very knives, featured in his posts, were believed to be the ones he used to end Zaria's life. Digging deeper, investigators examined Joshua's Facebook likes. They discovered associations with white supremacist pages, fueling rumors that racial motives might be at play. But there was another unsettling twist. Joshua had also liked satanic pages, leading some to speculate about a possible cult connection. As the shock settled in, those who knew Zaria began to speak out. Friends revealed that she had confided in them about her father's increasing agitation and anger. She dreaded weekends with him, fearing the man behind the mugshot. Observers noted that Joshua appeared to be under the influence of an illegal substance. Many suspected methamphetamine, but there's no concrete evidence linking it to the murder. As for Joshua's motives, they shifted like shifting sands. Initially, he claimed revenge against Zaria's mother, but the specifics remained murky. Later, he confessed to struggling with lust and control, desiring his own daughter in ways he couldn't manage. The trial, set for 2022, promised more answers, yet details remained suppressed. Witnesses described Joshua's chilling demeanor during court proceedings. He professed love for Zaria, but jealousy gnawed at him as she grew older. He couldn't bear the thought of her slipping away, so he committed the unthinkable. The courtroom footage captured his eerie smile, an unsettling reminder of the darkness that consumed him. Ultimately, Joshua was found guilty, but the scars left by this horrific crime will never fade. Zaria's memory serves as a stark warning about the depths of human depravity, even within the confines of family bonds. May justice prevail, and may Zaria's spirit find peace. The attorney's office aptly described this as an especially heinous, atrocious, and cruel killing, an act that defies comprehension. The emotional toll on everyone involved remains immeasurable, and our hearts continue to ache for Zaria's mother, who must bear the weight of this horrific tragedy. Many hoped that Joshua would face the death penalty, but the legal process requires a unanimous jury vote in favor of capital punishment. Otherwise, the defendant receives a life sentence. After approximately 3 hours of deliberation, the jury rendered their decision. Joshua would be sentenced to death. The shroud of secrecy surrounding this case has fueled speculation. Some claim that Joshua videotaped much of the murder, although concrete evidence remains elusive. His interest in Satanism and the occult adds another layer of intrigue. Was he part of a twisted cult, filming the gruesome act to share among its members? The truth remains obscured, and online discussions should be taken with caution. A relative of Zaria expressed the heart-wrenching sentiment that no one, especially a young girl, deserves to leave this world in such a manner, betrayed by someone they believed would protect them. The eerie exploration of Joshua's social media reveals a chilling reality. The victim was his own daughter, featured in multiple posts. The darkness that consumed him defies comprehension. Joshua's Facebook profile still exists, a haunting reminder of the evil that unfolded. Commenters label him as such, questioning how and why he could commit such an unspeakable act. As we grapple with the horror of this case, may justice prevail, and may Zaria's memory serve as a stark reminder of the depths humanity can sink to.